Jesus Christ.
Maybe our boy in blue here can answer some of these questions about this rat business you've been talking about.
You're a piece of work, my friend. Ain't a bad idea. Let's get him the fuck out of here.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to not integrate actually, how to automate Asana task creation on submitting a Framer form. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to submit a Framer form using the inbuilt form that Framer has provided, and that form, on submission of that form, we're going to create a task inside Asana which will hold the data on the form, also assign a team member to this task, add a due date, maybe add some custom fields if we need, or add a description, or even add subtask to it. So everything it's going to be done on the submission of the framer forms. But let's see how it's naturally done. So this is how normally it will be done with the use of a third-party application. So framer form will be submitted, and the third-party application softwares like Make or Zapier or any other will have a webhook which will be connected to Framer form. You get the data from there to the third party and to the Asana. So, but in this case, you have to pay for Framer form to the Make or Zapier or any integration you're using, and to Asana, of course. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to kick this third party out, and we're going to use a free script that's going to do the task for us. So what this free script is, what we're going to do is we're going to add a Google Sheet on the submission of framework form. So the data will be given to Google Sheet. On Google Sheet, we'll be adding a mapping script which will map the values from Google Sheet and create a task on Asana automatically whenever the form is submitted. So the only tricky part is the script, which I'm going to provide to you. All you have to do is a few things, like the very little things, and that will be done only once, and everything will be automated after that, so you don't have to worry about it. So let's jump in. First thing we have to do is we have to have a form on Framer. So this is an inbuilt form we have on Framer. I just dragged it out and styled it based on my requirements. And I'm going to provide this remix links for this Figma file where you have this map fielding instructions. So this will hold all the name of the input fields you have to give in your framer form to map those appropriate actions. So example, let's take I have a task dash name field here. You have to copy this and you have to paste it or as the name of the input which you need to be your task name. So I'm going to paste it here. So this input's value will be the task name. Similarly, I have all the values that's required and require you to map those. Like example, if you want to assign if you want to assign a user to the Asana task, you have to name that input field as assignee. Also, while assigning it, you can give whatever name you want, like the display name title can be whatever you want, but the value should be the exact email you have for your team member here. So whenever someone selects Mr. Black, the task you're creating will be assigned to the email it belongs to. Similarly, we have a due date and a description. So the name is the very important thing. That's why I'm mentioning it again and again. So you have to just copy this, read the instructions, and know what it does and do it appropriately. And role, we have sections. So sections is where we have three type of sections here. Sections are these sections like drivers, the vault, the lookout. So you have to exactly copy these values and add it here. So whenever someone selects this, the task will be added inside that particular section. And also we have subtasks. Subtasks are interesting. So only drawback on subtasks is it needs to be entered line by line. So if you enter one on first line and two on second line, the task will hold two subtasks first number will be 1, second one will be 2. So that's how this is done. Okay, everything is set up here. The next thing is adding the Google Sheet to your Framer form. We're going to click here. I'm going to name our form. Okay, now we have our Google Sheet. And the next thing we have to do is click here, which will take you to the sheet that is created right now. And inside the Google Sheet, don't do nothing. Go to extensions and go to app script. Okay, you have your app script on Code.js, delete whatever you have here. And if you have a remix on the remix file, I have the resources. I have a Google Docs link. Go to this link and you find the code here. So copy this entire code and paste it here. On this code, there is two main things you have to do. You have to add your Asana path token and your project ID. So those you can get those on these links. I'm gonna add it here, like Asana developers. So here you have to click create token and you're gonna give it a name and click create. Okay, I have a path token now. So go here, replace this area with the token. And for project ID, I go to the Asana project, and between the project and the board, I have a value that is the project ID. And this is the board ID. You don't need it. You don't just need a project ID. Copy it and save. Control S. So now we have the script that's gonna, if you see inside the script, we have the mapping data like due date, map it to due date, assignee by email, assign it to the assign the uh, team member to the task. Everything is in the script. So that's all you have to need on the script. Like just add your token and your project ID. So next, however, here you will find triggers. So now we have to trigger this script. How we have to trigger this script? Whenever a form is submitted, a new row will be added here. So that time we have to trigger this script. So we're gonna add a trigger. When new rows is added on change, when new row is added and the spreadsheet's gonna change, that's when we're gonna trigger it. But there is a possibility that this trigger sometime may not work. Like Google Sheets sometimes consider this as not a change when a new row is added. So um, just have to go to here. Don't worry about it. So not only one trigger, we're going to have another trigger other than this change trigger. So once this is created, I'm going to add another trigger which is also new rows, but this will be time driven. So I'm gonna give it a minutes timer. Every 5 minutes, this trigger will run, and when this trigger runs, it will catch all the rows that are not being processed by the previous trigger and assign a task to this in Asana. So that's how this trigger works. So we have two triggers, time-based and on spreadsheet, and we are script ready. Now let's go to our framework form. Here, let's give this point man. Let's give it as Mr. Black. 17, what he looks like, tall, tall, muscular, anything. It's just gonna be the description of the task. We don't have to worry about it. And the role, can say driver, need to be done. This will be the subtask. So one by one. So So we have everything filled out. Now let's submit it. Okay, so let's go to our trigger, and you can see your trigger getting trigger on action here. Okay, trigger is done. That's it. The main four, I assigned it to Mr. Black, right? Mr. Black is this email, so it will be assigned to that email. And due date is assigned, description is there, subtask is there. So everything is here. So that's how the form works. So one more functionality we can add is custom fields. Like these are not described here. So I'm going to add something new like niche level. Let's say we have a suspicious cop. Okay, sorry. Suspicious cop in this team. So I'm going to add levels to it: high, low, medium. Okay, and before adding go anything, so we're going to add this to field too. So let's copy this, create the field. So we have the suspicious cop field here. Okay, so go to the form, add another drop down. I'm going to name this suspicious cop. Same for here. That's the exact thing I copied from there. Here I'm going to add what are the fields we have: high, low, medium. Same case, same spelling. High, low, medium. Okay, now we have a suspicious cop option in the form. So let's go redo it again. Shipping, let's give it 8. And roll the board, suspicious cop. Hi, say this lookout. Okay, now we have a new field which haven't been on the script, but as this is a custom field, what gonna happen is it's gonna add. Yep, yep, absolutely right. It's gonna add it to the vault, and it's gonna assign it to the email I entered, and on the new field we'll have this added as hi as we enter. So that's how you have custom fields. You can add multiple fields here. Like you want to add a field, go there, add a field, copy the field title and the options, and put it in a drop down or an input field and get it done. So that's how it is done. So the other thing will be worried is the security of your path tokens or yeah, on the Google Sheet, we have this processed column which will get this icon whenever it is processed and a task is created. If it's not created, then it's not getting done. So that it all taken care on the script. You don't have to worry about it, but it's good to check these something in a while to on the Google Sheet to know if everything is being processed. So another thing is security. Your codes are absolutely secure because you're having inside a Google Sheet, which is and you're not doing anything on the framework form, because if you're doing a custom code or anything that there is a chance that your pad tokens are visible. But if, as you're using sending it to Google Sheet and you're running on Google Sheet, it is safe until you share this Google Sheet with someone. So I have this remix link with all these details, and I have this form and the resources, which will have the script and how to do and the mapping inputs. So have fun.